this is One Voice Radio and Media, and today is a very special day as we have Paul Brearley in for an interview today.
Woo!
Can you give him a warm welcome?
Yes.
Yeah? Can I jump in your question, Jake?
Yeah.
So, can you tell a bit about what you do, Paul?
Tell them a bit about what I do. Well, I'm actually retired. I retired very early, which is marvellous. But I have always, since I was about 18 years old, been involved in some sort of public service. And that all stems because my maternal grandmother was always very ill. She had terrible chest problems. And she was in and out of NHS hospitals for many years. And I thought that it was right that I should give something back to society, which I think people look upon these days as being almost a dirty word. But to me, I always refer to myself as, if you were to cut me in half, metaphorically, I would be like a stick of Blackpool rock, and I would have public service written all the way through me, because that's what I believe in. I always have done, and I always will do. In terms of what I do, I am a magistrate. I've been a magistrate for 28 years. I think there's going to be a question about that later on. I'm a trustee of various organisations. I'm a governor of 3 schools, one of which is Stockport Grammar, the David Lewis School, and I'm a Deputy Lieutenant of Greater Manchester, which is a great privilege to have been made a DL 4 years ago, I think. So I do all sorts of stuff, really, all of which is voluntary, so there's no payment for any of the work that I do. I just do it because I believe in and love doing what I do. It's a very privileged position to be in.
Amazing.
Very nice. Lovely.
Diane, do you have a question?
Second one. What made you get into the job what you do?
Well, I'm not sure I would necessarily call it a job, because most jobs pay people for doing what they do, and I don't. But it refers a bit really to the first question. It's just something that I absolutely believe in. You know, what talents I've got, I like to try and use to help people, influence people, move things along, engage people, connect people. That's one of the things that people say that I do is I network very well, and I put this person in contact with that person, and hopefully something will happen. So yeah, in fact, just over the weekend actually, somebody sent me a lovely email because they'd received an invitation to a royal garden party at Buckingham Palace.
Wow.
A garden party?
And they believed that I was responsible for it, so I responded to the email and said, well, you may think that, I could not possibly comment. I wouldn't comment, but I spend my time going around Stockport because I'm a Deputy Lieutenant for Stockport, and maybe we'll come on to more about that in a bit.
Yeah.
But I try to make contact with lots of organisations like Pure Innovation to say, can I come along? Can I come and talk to you? Can I come and see what you do? Is there anything I may be able to do to assist you? Is there anything that you can do that may be able to assist me?
I've seen you on your thing.
That's what I do. Oh dear, you've been looking me up
research.
online, have
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
Oh dear.
Research about you on
Oh
Google.
dear.
Yeah.
Not about you, just your name.
Yeah. So that's what I do. Yes. And I absolutely love it.
Sounds like you've just found a passion and followed it.
Yes, I think that's a very, very good way of putting it.
Yeah.
I am very passionate about what I do, and I'm very passionate about making sure that you know, people are represented and people's views are taken into account, and I always have been.
Yeah, no, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Andrew, would you like to ask a question?
Yeah, sure. Like I said before, we had to come off, so what do you enjoy about your job?
one of the things that I enjoy about it is that it gives me opportunities like today. It gives me the opportunity to come and meet nice, interesting people.
Is that volunteering?
Yeah,
Yes.
all voluntary.
Oh, that, yeah, I did that for years. That you volunteered.
I've always done it. Even when I was working full time, I was a magistrate, and I was a non-executive director in the NHS. I still did lots of volunteering.
Is it easy or is it hard when you first started doing it?
I suppose with experience, like lots of things, you get better at it the
Yes.
more you do it, I suppose. It's an interesting question because I've never really thought about it from that angle. But I suppose, well, I would like to think, trying to be modest, I would like to think that I am probably better at doing it now than I was when I was
Younger.
30 or 35 or whatever. So when you get to 63, you're thinking, well, actually, should be good at something.
In my opinion, if you turn it the other way around, 36.
Yeah, I can go with that.
Very nice, Andrew.
But yeah.
Indeed.
Jane.
So we've got our next question, Jane.
Right. What is the biggest highlight of your career to date?
I would have to say being made a Deputy Lieutenant of Greater Manchester has to be the highlight. Followed secondly, I think, by being made a magistrate, which was 29 years ago. And
Yeah.
my biggest regret is that my mother never got to see me being made a Deputy Lieutenant because she would have been in her element. She would have loved it, but sadly she didn't live long enough to see it. But it is a great honour. I don't know whether you know anything about the lieutenancy.
Just tell us more about it.
Okay, I will do. Very briefly, in every county of the United Kingdom, the monarch, so in our case King Charles III, he appoints a Lord Lieutenant in each county. The Lord Lieutenant is the King's personal representative in the county of Greater Manchester in our case. Our Lord Lieutenant is a lady called Diane Hawkins. As you can imagine, in Greater Manchester the population is about 2.8 million people.
Yeah.
So the Lord Lieutenant can't do everything herself. So she's supported by the Vice Lord Lieutenant and then Deputy Lieutenant. So I'm a Deputy Lieutenant. The Deputy Lieutenants are all allocated to each of the boroughs in Greater Manchester. There are 10 boroughs. And I am appointed to the borough of Stockport.
Right.
And the link that got me made a DL is because I am a trustee of the Wellspring, the Centre for Homeless People in Stockport. And I was appointed by the previous Lord Lieutenant, Sir Warren Smith, and he knew that I was a trustee of the Wellspring, and I've also been chairman of the bench of the magistracy for Greater Manchester and all the rest of it. So it all led to being appointed, and that has to be the highlight of what I've done so far.
Do you have the role for a set period of time, or is it kind of ongoing?
The system in Greater Manchester has very recently changed. When I was appointed up until the age of 75.
Okay.
The same as I am as a magistrate. Any new Deputy Lieutenants who are appointed in Greater Manchester are now appointed for 5 years, but that 5-year period can be renewed.
Okay.
So I hope that shows you the difference between the old system and the new system.
Yeah.
Because being made a Deputy Lieutenant, in my humble view, it is not a reward. It is an encouragement for you to do even more than you've already done.
Was it like in court when like you just said before, you're not putting people away when you use hard.
Magistrate.
Magistrate.
How come you get 9 years or something like a murder, and you'll even get the Vatican.
Well, do remember that about 95% of all criminal cases in this country are dealt with by magistrates who are unpaid.
They get 9 years.
At the moment, magistrates can only impose a maximum sentence of 12 months. Other offences. So when you see the reporter from the BBC stood outside Manchester Minchell Street Crown Court, always remember that the senior judiciary are dealing with about 5% of the criminal cases. They are obviously the most serious criminal cases,
Oh, yeah.
but the bulk of criminal cases are actually dealt with by the magistrates.
I never knew that.
No, I
Oh,
didn't.
yeah.
Oh, do you know that?
No, I did law as well. I had no idea.
Excuse me. Most people don't really realise that there are effectively 3 jurisdictions. There is the adult court, so those adults who commit crime. There is a specific youth court for youths who commit crime, because the sentencing available is different to that of the adult court. And there is the family court. Now, I've been a magistrate, as I say, for about 29 years this year, and about 12, 14 years ago, I decided I didn't want to sit in the adult courts, so, you know, sending people to prison for fighting in the street or whatever it may happen to be, traffic offences or whatever. So I specialise in the family court, so I deal with cases which are brought by the local authority, where the local authority wants to remove children from their parents. We deal with adoptions, and we deal with cases where 2 people get together, they start a family, the relationship falls to pieces, then they start squabbling over who has the kids, when they have them, when they have to send them back, where they can go on holiday, and that's what I deal with.
Well, what I mean is, why don't the government say, right, we want to extend how many years inside? If it's 9 years, why can't we just double it?
Well, that would be a political question, and I'm not allowed to be political, so you'd have to take that up with your member of Parliament. If Parliament decides to change the law, well, there you go. If it doesn't decide to change the law, well, the status quo is maintained. So.
Jake, would you like to ask a question?
What are some of the most difficult parts about your job?
I think probably the most difficult part of any role that I have is indeed in the family court, where you have got 2 parents, usually 2 parents in front of you, and the local authority, a local authority, is asking the court to remove the children from the parents. And what that means is that the link between the child and the parent would be severed for all time. And that is a very, very powerful thing to do. And for somebody who's not a lawyer, because generally speaking magistrates are not lawyers, we have a lawyer who sits in front of us, our legal advisor, to make sure that we remain within the law. To ask somebody who is effectively a layperson, which we are, to say, and it doesn't matter what the words are, the words can be, you know, as well crafted as any, but effectively you're saying to these parents, you are such terrible parents, we are going to take this child off you for life.
Wow.
And give the child to somebody else.
Yeah.
That is a hugely powerful, monumental thing to do. And over the years, I've often mused to myself, what words would I use to describe that situation? You know, is it a powerful position? Is it, you know, a thoughtful position? Is it, what is it? And I can never come up with the words that aptly describe what it is.
Yeah.
Is it a privileged position? Well, I don't know whether it is a privilege to remove people's children. However, and I've said this to some of my colleagues when they get overawed by seeing crying parents in front of them, you must always remember that we are not here for the parents.
Yeah.
We are here for the child or the children, and I must focus solely on that and say, what is in the best interest of that child?
Yeah.
take the emotion out of it, because you could be swayed one way or the other. You need to work on the facts that are presented to you, and that's what I do. But that is a very, very difficult thing to do.
You must feel a lot of pressure with that side of things.
I can safely say, hand on heart, I have only ever gone home once in all those years and thought to myself, I hope to God we've made the right decision.
Yeah.
Because other than that, when I walk out of the court building, that's it.
Yeah.
I am not taking all that baggage home
You leave it in the
because
building.
if you do, it'll be me that goes under.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
A question, one more question, just talk about when you are a teenager, going through that stage.
even I was a teenager once, yes, all those years ago.
Like these folks on the say what 17, 18,
Yep.
reckon, like say, not a car, like like not most cases, small ones, sitting on it on top,
Bush shelter.
discussing it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But did they get caught? No.
Well, I think rash generalisations can be very dangerous. There will be some people who are caught, there will be some people who are punished for that.
But they would do it at night, don't they?
Well,
There's a lot of cameras around on
Oh,
streets
yeah,
now.
some
We-
work, don't they?
We are supposed to be the most observed
Yeah,
nation on
we are.
earth with CCTV cameras. But again, I find it very difficult to get into the mindset of people that smash up bus shelters or do whatever they do. And I always say, you know, with the greatest of respect to people, I'm effectively a council house kid from Salford who went to a comprehensive school, or it was a church school, and I came from a broken home. My parents divorced when I was whatever age I was. But as far as I'm concerned,
You just smashed the house.
that never justified to me to go around smashing up bus shelters or robbing stuff off people, because that's not the way that you conduct yourself. So.
I just saw a young lad, not that young, say around 16, 17, tall, I was on the bus, the bin was there, what did he do? Dropped it, that was it, and just walked on. So to school.
Some people do stuff that isn't great, isn't it? Don't
I
they?
think it's a societal issue, isn't it? You know, you are given a set of values, and hopefully those are the values which are going to guide you through your life. So,
I can't say anything.
well, I think that is a really live issue. In that, you know, you do need to be careful, because there is an epidemic of knife crime. One of the
diagrams.
Roles I have is with the Greater Manchester Magistrates Association, and we try to get out into the community.
That's the Manchester.
Well, this is Greater Manchester. This is Greater Manchester. This is for the whole of the county, and we raise funds to try and send in. There's a company called Virtual Decisions, and they've created a virtual reality experience, and I've done it, where literally you put on the VR headset and the headphones, and you are given a number of options. And very long story short, ultimately, if you get all the decisions wrong, you end up stabbing somebody to death. And the idea is that you try to navigate your way through and make the right decisions.
They got the thing. The phone was loud, and I'm going.
People believe they have a divine right to do what they want.
Can I move on to Sean? Sean, are you ready? Do you just want to pop
No
yourself through
question,
there?
Sean?
Yeah.
We read online that you work alongside Stockport Grammar School, David Lewis Centre and the Vernon Charitable Centre. Could you tell us more about this?
I can.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you for the question. Yes, I used to travel in on the train to do my magistrate work with one of my friends he was at the time a district judge in Manchester. And he was educated at Stockport Grammar, And he said to me, "Oh, Paul, I think that you should be a governor of Stockport Grammar School." And he's similarly called Paul. And I just looked at him on the train and I said, "Paul, I never went to a grammar school." And he looked me straight in the eye and he said, "And that is precisely the reason why." Because you need to have people who think outside the box. If everybody's the same, you get into a thing called groupthink, don't you, where you all think the same. And he wanted me to be there to say, "Why are we suggesting doing this?" And that's how it happened. But it is a fantastic institution. It's been around in Stockport since, I think I'll get the date right, 1487.
I will try and fact it.
It's the second oldest grammar school in the northwest of England.
Look on floor.
And it was founded by Sir Edmund Shah, who later went on to be a member of the Goldsmiths Company. And the Goldsmiths Company is one of the original livery companies of the City of London. And it was in his will, he left the money to found the grammar school, which was originally up at St Mary's in the Marketplace, around there. And moved out to its current site in about 1910 or thereabouts. So, but it's a fantastic institution. I love going there. It's fantastic. And similarly, David Lewis. David Lewis was originally founded it opened in 1904, and it's a 200-acre site out in Alderley Edge. And I don't know whether anybody in the room would remember Lewis's department store that was in Manchester.
Yeah.
It's now Primark. Well, David Lewis owned. He was an entrepreneur. He was a very successful businessman, and he owned the stores in Manchester and Liverpool and Nottingham, Sheffield and Leeds, I think. And he died in 1865. And in his will, at the time, which was £500,000 in 1865, he decided that he wanted to have that money used for the benefit of people who had used his stores in the north of England. And David Lewis Centre was originally founded for those individuals who suffered from epilepsy, because it was originally known as the David Lewis Centre for Epilepsy. But like lots of things, epilepsy is not the condition these days than it was many years ago, and is much better treated with medication. So we now deal with, and I'm very great privilege to be a trustee of David Lewis, and we now deal with individuals with all sorts of complex medical and psychological needs. We have about 170 people actually live on site. We have a school and we have a college, so we've got about 150 learners who come in on a daily basis to school and college. And I literally live across the road, so when I go for a walk I can wander around and see who's around and about, and it's just a wonderful place to live. I'd say it's 200 acres.
In the Victorian days.
Do I? Not personally. Not personally.
Not that
I
old.
wasn't there then.
I've seen that. No, I'm just saying.
You can read about them, can't you? What
Yeah.
happened in the Victorian days? Yeah, absolutely.
Very much so. But the organisation is it's evolved over the years and is at the cutting edge now of how we should deal with people and look after them.
So with his $500,000 that he left in his
Yes.
will, what else is still around today that were his customers as such in there? Is there anything else?
There were effectively two committees that were created, and we've got all the original minute books and the ledgers and everything. And there was a committee that was started that involved the Lord Mayor of Manchester and the Mayor of Salford, and there was a sort of mirror image of, as I understood it, the Lord Mayor or the Mayor of Liverpool. There is still something going on in Liverpool, and I must confess, I'm a bit woolly about what it is, but there is still definitely something still still goes on. There's also the David Lewis playing fields in Peel Park in Salford, just behind the university. So there's this connection. And it's only very, very recently that we've actually found out that David Lewis was not born David Lewis. He was actually born David Levy. So he obviously changed his name to make it much more anglicised. Because after he died, his nephew, Benjamin Levy, came back from Australia, and he was responsible for setting the groundworks of creating David Lewis. But they were obviously a Jewish family originally, and he obviously decided he wanted to change his name to make it more anglicised.
Alright, how interesting.
Yeah.
Jane, would you like to ask your question?
What advice would you give for someone wanting to get into this line of work?
Well, if you want to earn some money, don't do what I do, because none of the things that I do actually pay me a penny. It actually costs me to do all of them. But on a really serious note, I mean, I do think that volunteering is a fantastic thing to do. The benefits that you can get from volunteering for whatever it may be, and there are loads and loads of organisations in Stockport, dozens, probably hundreds of them, who rely on volunteers. And you know, if you think about it, of what you put in and what you get out, I've always worked on the basis that I've got, you know, umpteen times more coming out than I ever put into it.
I worked for, a couple of years ago, I used to work outside, very sleek snow. I liked it, it was good, enjoyed it, but after I did that, I got into catering.
Right. Yeah.
And I was a teenager after I was 18.
Well, I'm very lucky. I work and try to assist a number of organisations in the borough. And in actual fact, we've got, I think, I've encouraged 3 of them to get themselves nominated for the King's Award for Voluntary Service. So if you get the King's Award for Voluntary Service, that is effectively the same as if you were an individual, you'd been awarded the MBE. It's the MBE for organisations and charities.
Well, I used to work at Blackshaw's. St Mary's Bank.
Oh yes.
I did that.
Yeah.
And I did the one, I moved from there to the kitchen in Stockport. I worked there, not but volunteering, and then I had a breakdown from there, and then I went to this place.
Yeah, volunteering, I think everybody should do it. Yeah.
Not really on the benefits, is it?
Well, but you know, society is a bit that way. I mean, I can remember having conversations with people who have always thought it was really peculiar. Why do you do these things and you don't get paid? And I've tried to explain to them, it's not always about the monetary value, it's not always about the cash in your hand. I actually think that I'm doing something to give something back to society, and I can't put a price on that. Nor would I want to put a price on it.
I got paid as £1 a day, right? And they said after that, they stopped it because it affects your benefit. That's just rubbish, in my opinion.
It's another
Yes.
political issue.
Debate.
I mean, there are calculations which have been undertaken where, you know, the total number of people who volunteer on a daily, weekly, yearly basis saves the United Kingdom billions and billions of pounds a year. So in other words, if you look at it from the other way, if people weren't doing all this volunteering, we'd have to find billions and billions of pounds to do all sorts of other stuff. But to me, it's always been a win-win situation.
I think it can add to your quality of life as well.
Absolutely. And I, you know, as I say, and it is repetitive, I know, but the opportunity to meet such wonderful people. In fact, I was plodding round Webb Lane community allotments just before Christmas with the Mayor and Mayoress of Stockport. Because I got involved with them and we were trying to help them do various things.
Yeah.
My Uganda had allotment in Romney of the Stockton, the pub. All down there. That's still there, isn't it?
Yeah, allotments are thriving.
They are thriving. There's a huge demand for them because in terms of mental health and being out in the open and, you know,
Yeah,
being
with
with nature, it can't be beaten.
There's nothing better
Good
for
dog,
us.
Absolutely. And the area where they are, there are people who live in maisonettes, they don't have gardens, so they can go and do bits of stuff. They link to the local primary school, and it's just fantastic. You know, why would I not get involved and try and help them?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the question I posed to myself. Why would I not do something?
Yeah.
Up to the point where you think, God, I can't take anything else on. Can't take anything else or I'll go my knees. So yeah, full up, absolutely.
He had my granddad from back then. And he'd achieved and said, go put your hand down. Well, put your hand down.
Right. Dayan, do you have another question for us?
Yes, Molly.
Yeah, go on.
Can you tell us a bit about the magistrates?
Well done, Zoe.
Yes. Bravo, good question. Well, if I were to ask you, when do you... magistrates were originally known as justices of the peace. So when I type anything out, and I did it to Louise the other day, it says my name, Paul Brearley, and it says JP, Justice of the Peace, DL, Deputy Lieutenant. So, when do you think the magistracy actually came into being?
I'd say late 40s, after the war.
Okay.
Any other guesses?
Any other guesses?
Anyone else got a guess?
I got one.
Go on.
Go on.
Really cute.
Say a yes, Stephen.
No,
Random yes.
It's not, yeah.
Oh, do you mean a question?
Yeah.
Give us a
Just
year.
answering this.
Well, I'll tell
The
you.
1950s.
1950s.
I'm going to say 1940.
Justices of the Peace came into existence in 1361, nearly 700 years ago.
1361, wow.
1361.
Okay, yeah.
So they've been around for nearly 700 years.
That tells you there's always been a need
Oh yeah,
for justice.
very much so.
Absolutely.
And the principle of the magistracy is that if you commit a crime, you should actually be dealt with by people who look like you and sound like you.
Yeah.
You are supposed to be judged by your peers, as they say. So you come up before the bench, and the people that are sitting on the bench who've been appointed, because we are appointed by the monarch, and we sit there with the royal crest behind us, because everything that we do is on behalf of the crown. And we're supposed to look and sound like you do, and we're getting better at it.
Petty crimes.
Not quite as diverse as we should be. We deal with, as I said before, 95% of all petty crime, all crime is dealt with by magistrates. So whether that's fighting in the street, being drunk and disorderly, assault, you name it, all sorts of stuff, antisocial behaviour, all that kind of stuff, that's all dealt with by the magistrates.
Or drink driving accidents.
Yeah, drink driving, drug driving, not paying the fare on the railways, not having a TV licence. It goes on and on and on. So yeah, that's what we do. You don't need to be a lawyer to become a magistrate. You can apply. In fact, Greater Manchester is recruiting magistrates at the moment, as far as I'm aware. So if you go onto the government website and type in, www.gov.uk/become a magistrate, on any search engine something will come up and you'll be able to link onto that. It's very worthwhile, very fulfilling. As I say, well, I've been doing it for 29 years, so.
What's your favourite song?
There you go, that's a random one.
What's oh gosh, what's
It's a new song. Out of nowhere.
It would probably be something. It would probably be something from the 80s. I would have thought.
The 80s.
Yeah.
Can't beat that era, can you?
Absolutely not. That was a great,
It's
great era.
Thing of beauty, I like that, that's great. Right, Stephen.
Stephen,
Stephen, you're in. Stephen,
Stephen.
to help you.
Yeah, please do.
Oh, thank you, Jen.
Have you
You
any plans? Any plans for the future? For
Thank
the future.
Thank you, Jane and Stephen.
Thank you, Jen.
Thank you very much. Have I any plans for the future? Well, yes, I'd like to think I can carry on doing what I'm doing. In theory, unless I resign, I will be sitting on the bench till I'm 75.
Yeah.
Whether I will want to be dragging myself out of bed on a cold January morning when I'm 75 to go to court, I'm not so sure about that. And the lieutenancy is the same till I'm 75, but that, of course,
What
is
about part-time?
just an absolute joy.
Okay.
In terms of being a magistrate, there is a minimum number of sittings that you have to do, which is 26 sittings in a year. A sitting is half a day, so in a whole year of 12 months you have to do 13 days. So long as you do that, that's the absolute minimum. You will not get a phone call from the bench chairman saying, why are you not doing enough sittings and stuff. So, I must confess, I don't sit as often as I did when I was the bench chairman. I found it felt it was my duty to fill in as many vacancies as I could, whereas now I'm no longer the bench chairman and haven't been for about 4 years. I think, well, there are lots of other people who can fill the gaps.
Is it easy or is it hard?
It depends on the case that you get on the day. You know, some of them are absolutely bang to rights. You know, I once remember saying to a lawyer who I will not mention, when he was trying to convince me and my colleagues that his client had not kicked somebody when they were on the floor. It was a very serious thing to do. And I just said to him, oh, Mr. Such-a-Body, you've seen the same CCTV that we have. And if you can't see that your client kicked that person on the floor, you need to get yourself an urgent appointment at Specsavers. And he wasn't impressed. And the young lady's mother wasn't impressed when we found her guilty. And she was even less impressed when she had to do unpaid work. So she'd be going out with a tabard on with community payback written on it, and her mother was absolutely vehemently opposed to this, and we reminded her that we actually imposed the sentence, not you.
What's that on the news a couple of months ago? And it was at the airport, a policeman punching and kicking a man in the body.
Oh,
and the head.
yeah.
But did he get away with it?
To be honest, I can't remember what the outcome of that case
I
was.
can't recall. It was all over social media and the news at the
yeah,
time,
it was,
wasn't it?
absolutely.
Because lots of people had taken video footage of it. But I think more transpired in regards to that, Andrew, because I actually think then we saw that moment in time. And I think there was other bits of footage that was also pieced together so they could see the full,
He stood trial.
Yes,
He
I'll find
went
out
to-
for
he
you,
went to
Andrew, what
trial.
happened.
I can't remember what the outcome was.
I can't remember.
But Louise is absolutely right. There was some more CCTV or mobile phone footage or whatever it was, and you saw things from a different angle, which I think should remind people to always look at things from different angles.
Yeah.
personally.
But if
But he did stand trial.
Mm.
Whether he was convicted or not, I
What
really
I mean
couldn't
is-
say.
if it's a policeman, well, it doesn't matter what it is, but not the crime, if you do how many of them, They all get sacked, do they? They just get
Well,
suspended.
I think it depends.
It
on
depends.
I think it all
It
depends.
depends. People should always remember that nobody is above
The
the
law is the law.
It doesn't matter who you are, nobody is above the law. And if you, occasionally they do it, they will pan onto the statue on top of the Central Criminal Court in London, which is also known as the Old Bailey. And there you will see the figure of justice. And she stands there and she has the scales in one hand, the scales of justice, and she has the sword of righteousness in the other hand. But what people never realise is that the statue is actually blindfolded.
Oh, okay.
Never knew.
Okay.
Right.
So the law is blind. You
Yes.
deal with people on the facts as they are presented to you. I don't care whether you're rough sleeping in Brabbins Park, or whether you're a millionaire living in Bramall, or wherever it may happen to be, or Bramall. The facts are what the facts are.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter whether you are rich or poor. If the facts stack up, the sentence will be whatever the sentence will be. Yes, I was going to regale another story then, but I better not. So. No.
Do you have any questions for us or anything you'd like to add?
No.
No. I think somebody's giving me wind it up. No, I think it's been a very interesting question and answer session that I didn't know I was coming into.
So that's the surprise of the radio.
But in some respect, now hopefully you know a little bit more about me. And,
Yes, most definitely.
Well, thank you very much.
It's a great pleasure. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Really interesting. Thank
Can
you.
I say one more?
Go on, Andrew.
Will you be the next Prime Minister in the next 2 years?
No.
2 years.
Oh,
No.
You're very clear.
You've got
over
to.
that. Next 2.
No, because we, as deputy lieutenants, I was asked to give I was asked to attend an event at the Ukrainian Association, who are based in Heavily, I think you'd be down there, really right opposite Stockport Grammar. And they said, would you like to say a few words? So I thought, oh well, this could be a bit tricky. So
In Ukraine?
No, here. Well, the connection is when I was working, my deputy, she is Ukrainian. And I spoke to the lieutenancy office, who are based in an office just near Lancashire County Cricket Club. And the clerk to the lieutenancy said, I'll put it to you like this. He said, always work on the basis of this. If the king can say it, you can say it.
That's mine now.
And if the king wouldn't say it,
Yeah.
you shouldn't say it.
Okay.
And he sent me a number of links to speeches which had been made by the king, so I crafted my speech out of what had been written. So I thought, if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me.
That's it.
So yes.
So what's the next stage?
What's the next stage? Is to go home and get ready for a meeting with my local village hall where I chair the management committee at 7 o'clock. And before that, I do believe that I am doing a Zoom meeting with an organisation called SAFCO, which is Stockport Armed Forces Community Organisation.
We've just been awarded the bronze for Suffolk.
There you go, because you'll know Amanda,
We do.
as I do. And we are going to be judging the, what's the word I'm looking for? People have been nominated for Volunteer of the Year,
Okay, yeah.
Cadet of the Year, Best Employer of the Year, and a Special Recognition Award.
Fantastic.
And apparently we are doing the judging at 4:30 on Zoom, I do believe. So,
Very nice.
Very good.
so yeah, that's
I need an award.
that's
You need an award.
We'll get you. We'll get you one, Andrew.
Always again.
Volunteer.
It's one of the great roles that we have as DLs. People have got this funny idea that for somebody to be awarded a British Empire Medal, an MBE, an OBE, a
Well, I did
CBE,
that. I did that.
you need to be nominated by some fictional organisation or whoever. I can nominate you, you can nominate me.
Done.
There you go.
Sign it off.
But people don't realise that. All you need to do is you go on the Cabinet Office website and you can make a nomination.
Alright. What about if you do some songs? What you go and I could pick some songs out. I'm not looking at that.
Songs.
But that's in that room.
We'll add it to the end of the recording, Andrew.
Yes, that.
We'll do a segment at the end.
That's it now. I won't say more.
Okay. Thank
But
you.
people,
Lovely.
people should remember that. People, and we do encourage people to actually get nominated for national awards because we're very keen.
I
That
need
as,
one.
that as probably the third largest county in the country, the West Midlands is bigger than we are, but proportionately we should have more people being awarded national honours. And you can't tell me that even in this borough there aren't people who need to be nominated for honours and recognised. Because I go into lots of organisations and I am convinced that nobody has ever gone into them and said, thank you very much indeed for all that you do on a daily basis. Without you, the country would be sunk.
So if I put some songs in, that'll be later. That'll be later. So
I'm
if
not
I
going to
get
sing them for you.
We'll make sure we'll get a couple of the 80s.
We've got a karaoke machine in here.
No, forget that. 80s.
80s.
The 80s.
Couple of 80s.
Get the 80s
Say
in.
about 5.
Going out.
5? Yeah,
Five,
You
songs,
choose.
You can choose.
You
them.
choose them.
I can
Yes.
choose whatever you do.
There you go.
After all that, can I get one of these things by my neck? If it was a good thing. If that's okay with you.
Well, we wear see that
Yes,
that there.
that's what I need one of them when I get when they,
That is a deputy lieutenant's badge, which we can wear all the time. And we're allowed to wear it all the
Yeah.
time.
Oh yes.
I will be at the town hall on Wednesday at Stockport
Wednesday,
with the
Stockport.
mayor because there are 2 citizenship ceremonies. So people who have entered the country legally and have gone through all the processes have a ceremony at the end where they are given their certificate of naturalisation
Yes.
issued by the Home Office. So the mayor will be there and I will be there and I will be there representing the Lord Lieutenant.
Okay.
And that is the only time I am allowed to wear my proper badge of office,
Oh yeah.
which is
yeah,
about
yeah, yeah.
this big,
Yeah.
and it weighs about half a pound, and it's on a cream and crimson ribbon, and it's the only time when you're
You get to
formally representing the Lord Lieutenant. Other than that, you must not wear it.
Oh, really?
And you have to buy it yourself.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, get it now.
All of these volunteering hours, and by the way, you can buy your own.
500 quid if you want.
Oh my. Wow.
What about the fund into that?
What fund?
There is no fund.
There is no
Voluntary.
fund.
Voluntary. All
Oh,
voluntary.
Absolutely. Somebody asked me the other day how much I get paid to do this deputy lieutenant stuff, and I said it doesn't quite work that way.
Oh.
So I'll leave it at that.
No, it doesn't quite work that way, does it?
No.
I've got a suit on that. I used to wear it all the time. The boozer.
Just
You do it
wear it.
all the time.
Right, shall we
Yes.
let Paul go now?
Yes, okay, Paul.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for coming, it's been lovely.
Not at all.